So what's up, my senors and senoritas? This is VoLife from VoLife. Wanted to make a video talking about my 1-year anniversary of not smoking weed. Maybe give some tips on how to stop smoking. I started smoking weed like high school, not every day or nothing like that. Just just being bad. I started smoking regularly after high school, after I moved out on my own. My cousin, she moved in with me. We used to smoke all the time. I had nothing else to do. It was really fun. One thing that I liked about smoking weed, it taught me how to be calm. Before I was smoking weed, I was actually a hothead. Smoking weed actually calmed me down. Even though I don't smoke now, I still had that calmness about me. That was actually a really bad hothead. I don't know what was wrong with me. I hated the world. Let's see, I was always smoking in my 20s. It was very expensive. Oh, and it did help me stop smoking cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes since I was 16. When weed became a serious habit, I had to choose between smoking weed and smoking cigarettes. Cigarettes was disgusting. It was just kind of a habit. I usually only smoked at work, and weed was a getaway from reality. I love the way it made me feel, so I just stopped smoking cigarettes altogether and just used that money, because cigarettes at that time was $5, get some change. So I would use that $5 to go give me a nickel bag, use change, it'll give me a cigarillo, blah blah blah. One bad thing about smoking weed, I had a couple panic attacks. One, when I was younger, I went to the hospital. They couldn't find anything that was wrong. They said it was a panic attack. Later on, when I got older, I had a real bad panic attack. I was with my wife. I met her uncle that day. It was kind of embarrassing. We were smoking weed, and he kept telling me this is some strong weed, but I'm like, I'm not about to bitch out. I'm about to smoke some weed. I smoke all the time. I ended up in the hospital. I didn't know where I was at, which is funny because I compared that to an out-of-body experience. I was so high. I've never been that high before. That was the first red flag for me when I got older. And that was in my 30s. I smoked all through my 20s. The second red flag was I listened to Joe Rogan, and he mentioned something like, how do you really truly know yourself if you're always high? And I thought about that. I'm like, man, I smoke before work. I smoke every day. Wake up, smoke, lunch break, smoke because I'm smoking, smoke because I'm about to smoke, smoking with friends all day. That made me think that maybe I should at least stop for a while. Never actually stopped on purpose longer than a couple days, maybe. I stopped smoking weed before work. I noticed that I was more productive, but the downside of it, I had social anxiety for some reason. It's I needed to be high just to talk to people. I still smoked weed every day. But later on down the road, I had a newborn. When my wife was pregnant, it made me want to quit smoking before she got here, because I know that the weed smell kind of lingers. I would probably have to get in a shower and blah blah. And it's who wants to really do all that after you get high? Kind of just want to sit around. Me and my wife, we were going on a cruise, and I couldn't smoke for a week. It was just a 7-day cruise. So I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? Of course, I smoked a lot of weed the day we went on the airport. I actually didn't miss it, and that surprised the hell out of me. The whole cruise, I feel I enjoyed it better because I wasn't high. I noticed that me being high in public just doesn't work. Some people can do it, but I can't. Being high in public is just terrible. It just makes me paranoid. So I'm so happy that I didn't actually smoke. When I got back to the States, because we were out the country, I didn't smoke weed like I used to. I cut down a lot. I probably smoke maybe once or twice a day, and that's very low for me, how I was smoking. I used to smoke a lot. I stopped smoking as much. The baby came. I was actually still smoking a little bit, but then the coronavirus hit. I knew that everything going on in the world would make me paranoid because I was smoking. The last time I smoked, my high was blown because I got high, I got the shower, I was feeling good, I was really, really high. And I got a phone call that one of my family members had passed away. It was a freak accident. It just fucked with me because I'm hi, I'm sitting here oh my God, the coronavirus is gonna kill us all, we're all gonna die. I was just that high. So it was just a terrible trip. So that was the last time I smoked. It was not hard at first. because I was already waning down. I liked the fact that I was sober because I was more active. I was able to, I didn't like to drive when I was high for some reason. I always thought I was gonna get into an accident. I was always paranoid. I thought too much. What's funny was I actually had weed when I quit. I didn't really like quit like, oh, I'm just gonna quit. It kind of just happened. I just didn't want to have that feeling of paranoia anymore. Like, I don't know if that happens to like a lot of people, but it happened to me a lot. And I didn't miss it. I started dreaming in about a week. When you smoke weed, you don't really dream as much, and if you do, it has to be very profound. I started dreaming within like a week. Like, it was strong, like vivid dreams, like the craziest dreams. I still dream like a lot. Like, it's crazy. Honestly, like sometimes I do miss it, like when I'm having a hard day and I'm stressed, or just simply want to have fun. Like when I'm with my brother, he smokes weed. Like, I commend him because he's one of those people that can smoke and still function, go to work every day, it doesn't bother him. He's actually probably a better person with it, and which is cool because, you know, it can be used as medicine. I was just abusing it. Even if you are smoking weed like that, as long as it doesn't like bother you, so it shouldn't really be a problem. It does come a problem where you're not being active, you just can't like deal with yourself when you're sober. If you are smoking weed every day, I would kind of advise you to like at least take a break, just see how it is. You might actually like it, and I'm not saying like give weed up. If you can get your shit done, then, you know, while you're smoking weed, you go for it. Me personally, I'm more active, and I love the dreaming part, and that bothers me because dreaming is such a natural thing, and if weed blocks it, it just kind of just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. That's just me. Do I miss it sometimes, but not really? I don't see myself ever like smoking weed again. If I do, it definitely wouldn't be like how I used to smoke. It definitely wouldn't be an everyday, every hour type of thing. Maybe on the weekends at night when the family sleep, you know, just so I can enjoy it. Maybe make some music. My advice, if you're trying to stop smoking weed, taper down and just kind of stay motivated to the benefits of it. You know, being more active, being more productive. I feel like I'm way more social. I feel free, and I'm more in control. I think that's the one thing about driving that I didn't like. I feel like I wasn't in control. Even at work, I feel like I know what's going on. And this is all just because I was always high. Being always high is just not really healthy. It's not. I just think that some people should be more sober. More sober in a sense, as far as don't get lost in the weed. Don't let the weed smoke you. Hope you guys kind of get something out of it. If you guys have any questions, you know, you can hit me up